get the idea. And that buzzer means we're live. Hey guys, BJ Dollar here, and once again we're back. We're ready for this next edition of what's turning out to be an amazing, amazing series between myself and my good buddy Jeff Carley. And guys, today we have something extremely that's a passion to myself, and I know it's a passion to my buddy Jeff, and it's a passion to a lot of you guys watching, whether you're allowed to do it already in your life or you're just sitting at home dreaming about it, doing it. And we're going to talk to you today about that in just a second. But first, I got to introduce my good buddy, my protege, my partner in crime for this series. How's it going, Jeff?
Hey, it's going great, BJ. How about you?
I'm doing excellent. I'm doing excellent.
Good, good. I'm excited about today's lesson and today's information that we're talking just a little bit before we started it, and boy, there's some really exciting opportunities and some really exciting options on how this program can be paired together with what we're going to talk about today.
Completely. I am pumped on that subject right there. And not to let the cat out of the bag, but what we are talking about here, guys, and what we're so excited about now is travel. The actual business model that we're going to talk about today is all about the lifestyle. I love that phrase. I love that name, and I love the title for this sit down, which is it's all about the lifestyle. We're going to talk today. Why is it all about the lifestyle? Well, we're in the travel industry. We're going to talk about how to really build out a travel program, how to really make some good money and some great residual off of the travel game. And one of the ways that I would sell travel, one of the ways that I would talk about travel, one of the ways that I would get you all excited about travel is by sharing the lifestyle of a traveler, sharing the lifestyle of someone who's, for all intents and purposes, seeing the world and letting you know that the places you dream about are within reach for yourself. We actually have a business model for this sit-down. We're using Paycation. It's hot right now. It's new, and we're going to kind of dive into just one half of Paycation, okay? Because Jeff and I actually have a funny story as we talk about one half. We're only going to talk about the actual core product, the actual travel itself, how to find people who want to be travelers. And we're only talking about that, not just because you don't pay us enough to decipher a huge compensation plan, but we're only deciphering that because at the end of the day, Paycation has all sorts of compensation plan bonuses and levels and things that would just have the average person going, what? I thought I was selling travel. What is all of this? So we're going to stay focused on what the core is and what you need to be focusing on as you walk in, because if you know this series, if you followed the series so far, we're starting from scratch, day one in a new company. We're trying a new business model that's been based off of a business model that I did 5 figures and built a 5-figure monthly residual income in within 90 days. And we're applying it to this model right here to show you, hey, if you wanted to walk in day one in this business opportunity or selling travel in general, and you wanted to build a actual 5-figure per month commission off of travel in the next 90 days, here's how you would do it, here's how we would start, and here's how we would rock. So with that being said, Jeff, I know you got some passion for travel. Talk about your passion for travel here as we kind of get set up, because I'm excited for travel. When I hear that we're talking about travel and getting to sell people, for all intents and purposes, their dream, because a lot of people have that one place, 2 place, maybe 5 places in their head that they just want to go before they die. They actually put it on their bucket list as a place they got to go. I know you got a place like that, so why don't you tell us a little bit about your passion for travel?
Oh, BJ, you're exactly right. And I love the idea of travel. My family and I have done some. We haven't done tons so far, but we're like so many people. We've got places on our list that we want to see, places we want to go, and the whole travel lifestyle. Like you talked about when we first started. That is something that appeals to people, I think, generally across the board for everyone. And for the folks who are in Paycation, as we talked earlier, there's two sides to the Paycation opportunity. Obviously there's the network marketing end where you can go find people to help build a downline and some of those things. But as we talked about before, I think what we're going to really help teach people today is how they could really maximize the other side of the Paycation opportunity and how they could generate, like you said, a substantial regular income just from the commission off of travel. And you stop and think about, okay, if a person's really looking at this business, and as we've talked about on many occasions, multiple streams of income. And a business will be more successful if they're getting as much as they can out of their business. And I think what we're going to talk about today is how they can use some tools and resources to build a significant second income from the Paycation opportunity. And you stop and think about the travel lifestyle in wishes, people who want to be able to go and see places in the Caribbean, places in Europe, Australia, Southeast Asia. If they want to get out and see some of the amazing areas in this world, well, it takes one thing: it takes money. And I think the business model we're going to show today and the tools that would be available to them, it might show them how they could make an extra $5,000 or $6,000 a month, and that money could go to fulfill their lifestyle dreams for travel. If they want to take a $7,000 or $8,000 vacation or a $10,000 or $20,000 vacation, I think if they plug into the tools we're going to introduce to them today and use those wisely, those tools could provide them the capital and the money to take some pretty nice trips.
That's exactly correct. And that is a big reason why I got successful and I got focused and I got drilled into one specific mindset, is because this travel opportunity, what we're really talking about, is both a way to make money and a reason why you make money. At least for me personally, when I looked at income, when I looked at becoming successful and making a whole bunch of money and following my passions, one of those passions was to just travel. So really, like you just said, if you're promoting a travel company, if you're promoting a Paycation or something like that, you're really getting both ends of the stick, because not only are you turning around and finding a way that you can make money and help others vacations that they want to make and get paid off of those vacations, but why are you making money? Are you making money so that you can sit at home all day long and never go see the world? Are you making money so that you can just hang around your same city for the rest of your life? No, if you're 90% of the world, you want to go see something else. You want to go see someone else. So why not build both at the same time? Because if you build out something like this, you're getting paid off of something that everyone else has a passion for, which Warren Buffett says, the world's passion, make that your business. But you're also getting to follow and pursue your own passion, because right around the corner on that, you can take some great advantages on some deals, get some percentage off of travel. But then also, what I find so spot on to what you just said is you can make some serious cash, because people spend a chunk of their big saving or big money on travel. I think back to just a couple of years ago, I went to Vegas and I took 3 people that I cared about with me, and then I flew one person from Florida out to be with me as well. We just had a blast. We went there for an event, but at the end of the week, I looked at all the travel expenses, and we had spent $20,000 and like $750.53. I'm a numbers guy, so I know my numbers. But literally, like, I look at that statement, and two things cross my mind. I go, dang, like, if I had another 20 grand, we'd go on another vacation. Like, that the first thing that crossed my mind is like, man, I can't wait to make that money back so I can do this again. So travel is something that's repetitive. Travel is a good industry to be in, because once you find a travel buyer, they're usually a consistent buyer. I actually just typed in travel into my Facebook search bar, and that also brings up a list of my friends that have used the word travel, and I see a lot of the same faces over and over and over, just to kind of drive that whole or drive that point home for you guys. Is once you find someone who travels, they constantly travel. So that's a repeat buyer, residual being built for you once you find someone who's passionate about it and is a go-getter on it. So you should keep that in mind. But the other thought that crossed my mind was, wow, if I got some of this back, or if I made a check off of this, that would be a sizable check. Um, we talked about, well, we haven't talked about on here, but Jeff and I, between the two of us, we talked about Paycation's compensation plan. We talked about the commission payout. They actually pay out 75% of all travel that comes to your actual travel portal, your URL, your website that you sell the travel for. And we think the cut is about 30% of the whole entire cost, and then you get 75% of that. So we did the numbers to every $1,000 is what, $220, Jeff?
It's about 220 or 225, I think, if I remember right. And but even if you just round it down to $200,
Okay.
I mean, just a simple number. And the thing you were just talking about there, BJ. One of the things about the whole travel market, that isn't something, especially in the whole social media world, that isn't something people keep secret. It is widely discussed. It is oftentimes proudly announced that they're wanting to do this or wanting to do that. So as folks are listening to this video, I think one of the things that I really hope they start to really tune into is really the opportunity to stand in front of somebody and tell them, hey, I can help you book that trip. You mentioned you want to take a trip this summer with the kids. Where are you thinking of going? Hey, here's a place that you can use, help save you some money on that trip. I really think that as folks listen to the rest of this training today, I really hope people start to stop and think about how easily, especially with a lot of the tools we're going to introduce to them, how easily they can get their message in front of people to kind of get get in front of them to help them, number one, plan the trip of their dreams, number two, make a little money off of it. And like I said, for every $1,000 that somebody spends, if you're making $200 on that deal, people start spending. You get yourself in front of enough people and you get them to use your link. Boy, it would not be impossible to think a person could be making $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a month just off of travel commissions.
That's completely true. And actually, that is so why travel agents live such a great lifestyle. That's why they're so excited. That's why they're so excited about you taking that vacation. You never hear a travel agent that's like, oh, you want to go to Fiji and you want to bring the family and you want to stay for a week? I don't know if that's a good idea. You sure you're gonna get the time off of work? They're willing to help you. They're willing to call your boss for you. Like, hey, I'll make sure. Like, let me call and tell him you need to take this week off. They're excited not only for you to hear the stories when you come back, to see all that's going on, but they're thinking, wow, Susie and Harry just spent $1,000 on this vacation. If I made $200 for every 1,000 they spent, I just made $2,000 off of Susie and Harry, and they're the happiest $10,000 that Susie and Harry has ever spent. And if they have another $10,000 and another free week, they're going to do it all over again. So travel agents have figured this out. People in the travel industry, as you're walking in, that should be your mindset of, this is not something that builds resistance. If you went out and for all intents and purposes tried to sell a make money online program, or you tried to sell an information-based product, you're going to get some customers if you're a good salesman, don't get me wrong, but you're never going to get a customer as happy about buying that $197 Twitter intensive as the customer that's spending that $10,000 and is going to Boca Raton with their family for a week, or is going to Fiji for a month, or is going to the Bahamas for the weekend. Like, you're not going to find the customer and happiness ratio changes drastically. So we're going to teach you some things, one, that's going to make you think outside the box as far as travel goes. I'm going to use my analogy that I've taught you a couple of times, Jeff, as far as fishing goes. And we're going to teach you to leverage that happy customer to turn it into more and more and more customers, because that's what travel agents don't do well. And that's where, if you combine that thought with the internet, you'll be huge, whether you're promoting Paycation or whatever it is that you're doing that sells travel. So without any further ado, I'm just going to kind of hop into my Facebook here and kind of take off. Um, the first thought that we really want to do is, obviously we want to do our regular type of searching and working for Facebook. If you've watched our series before, you already know that a majority of what we teach on Facebook all comes from Facebook groups and Facebook fan pages and from conversational marketing. We use a little bit different type of technique when it comes to Facebook group and Facebook fan page posting. We don't just go spamming our offer out there. We actually look to connect with the people who might want to buy our offer, and then to build a little rapport with them, either in a Facebook conversation or in our Facebook group, and then introduce our product to them. And that's why we're starting to see a higher turnover ratio than pretty much anybody else out there. So guys, we're taking that approach here, but I'm going to teach you the concept, and I'm going to talk to you today about fishing, because on top of your lifestyle is going to be what sells them. But learning how to properly fish is going to be what finds you your target market to sell. And with that being said, I got to take you kind of back to Jesus's day. You know, this is a little bit different, and I'm actually going to share my screen with you here for just a second so you can see the analogy that I'm giving. But imagine with me, if you will, we're on the Sea of Galilee in the Middle East, and we're on one of those old school fashioned fishing boats that they used to use back in Jesus's time. This is not one of those 10-story high luxury cruises that you'd probably be going on through Paycation. This is one of those old school fishing boats that you stand up and you sway a little bit, Jeff's going to yell at me because he's on the other side of the boat and it might knock him in the water. So you got to be kind of careful with what you're doing in the boat. But I wanted to give you that analogy so I could show you how to properly fish and you'd really get it. Okay? On one side of the boat and on the other side of the boat, fishing is being done, but they're being done two completely different ways because they have two completely different targets. On the left side of the boat, imagine a huge net that you just throw out into the water. And when you pull it in, you pull in hundreds of fish. You pull in probably hundreds of pounds worth of fish. Okay? If you're on a Jesus Day boat, you probably hope you don't bring in hundreds of pounds of fish, or you might sink the boat. But on the other side of the boat, you have a fishing rod with frozen shrimp that you throw out one line at a time, or maybe 3 lines out at a time, and you're traditionally you're fishing like we would nowadays. Okay, why would I give you this analogy, and why is it so important to what we're about to talk about here on Facebook? Well, that's the difference between talking to your entire industry, okay, for a need that they may have, and then being very specific with a target audience. Okay, on the net side of the boat, if you throw that net into the water, you're just saying, hey, I have an opportunity, and anybody who either is connected with me or could need what my product or service is offering, check it out. And when you pull that net in, you're going to pull in tarpon, you're going to pull in flounder, you're going to pull in grouper, you're going to pull in a couple of sharks if you're in saltwater, you're going to pull in, some marlin and other fish like that, but you're not going to find specifically the tarpon that you're looking for. You're going to find all sorts of different fish. On the other side of the boat, it's specific target audience marketing. So maybe this person wants a specific need that your product still offers. So then you throw out the net, or you throw out the fishing rod with that exact offer on it, and boom, you're finding that exact people or person. Now, as I kind of put some reality to this, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. On the broad scale, throwing that into the water, we would look for people who are interested in travel, or we would type in vacation, and then we would go join these groups. Okay, 30,000 people, 38 people, 22,000 people, 5,000 people, 5,000 people, 5,000 people, 1 1,700 people.
We're not seeing your screen, BJ.
Oh, you're not?
That circle. Yeah, we got the circle of you doing the selfie.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, let's see. Um, you see my Facebook now.
No, we cannot. There we go. Yep, got it.
Okay, cool. So as we're here, I'll just start over from the top here. I typed in travel. You could also type in vacation, just something broad like that that would bring out everyone's passion. And as you can see, you can join these groups. This group for travel has 30,000 members, including 7 of my mutual friends that I know are longtime travelers. This group has travel bloggers. They have 38 groups, so maybe people who blog about the travels that they're taking. This group has 22,000 members. This one has 5,900 members. This one has 5,200 members. This one has 5,100 members. This one has 1,700 members. This one has 3,800 members, 4,800 members, 71,000 members. 9,000 members, 14,000 members. You can go in here, and this is for all intensive purposes where you're throwing the net. You can show them everything that's on your Paycation board or on your travel website or whatever after you've built a connection with them by simply clicking join. And when you get accepted, coming in here and not spamming your offer like some of the people in the group are doing. Seems like every single person who posts in the group spams their offer. So you'll stand out immediately, guys, if you came in here and go, wow, I love travel. Where's the coolest place you've been? Question mark. If you're a loving or passionate traveler and want to see the world, send me a friend request. I'd love to rap with you about where you've been and how you're going to get the rest of your places on your bucket list checked off. You're going to start to grab friend requests from people who are all into the travel, all into going places, and you've done it the correct way. You don't get marked as a spammer who's just throwing their, I'm not even sure this is actually travel, just throwing their LinkedIn things out there. You stand out, so you're going to start to grab those friend requests. But the coolest part is you're going to be able to have a conversation with them and close your sale. And we're going to talk about how to close after I talk about the other part of fishing. So now let's talk about, instead of throwing the net out there, let's talk about what Jeff was talking about a little while earlier ago, which is finding specific people with a specific passion and tapping into them and being able to introduce your product to them. And this kind of helps out a little bit as we Facebook kind of picks its game up a little bit here, because if you type in, and this is what the difference is, type in something that your product actually does. Let's say you have a great deal with Paycation or with one of these other travel sites for a weekend getaway to Fiji or for a week getaway to Fiji. Okay? This is where social media really becomes super powerful, because you can take that exact offer and you can find people whose passions and whose bucket list places are actually Fiji, and you'll find them out by 2 ways on Facebook and by a very powerful way on Twitter, which we'll talk about in a second. The number 1 way on Facebook, if they're already a friend of yours, the word Fiji is going to pop up when they say it in a message. Okay, my good buddy DeMarco, he said check out this resort in Fiji. He's obviously thinking about, because that's not him in the picture, he's obviously thinking about or looking at going to Fiji. So you could start a conversation with him right there and introduce, hey, I have this great weekend getaway for Fiji if you want to get there for the weekend for $375 or for $1,000 for 2 people. Go ahead and check out. Boom, you introduce your product right there to him. The other way on Facebook is you take advantage of the groups and the places. Okay, so you can come in here and these people who are interested in going to Fiji, this one has 19,000, this one has 2,000, this one has 4,000, this one has 2,300 members. You can go and hop into some of these groups, and you can find people whose passion is trying to go to Fiji. Look, let me go back to the post part. But you can find some people whose passions are trying to go to Fiji and wanting to go to Fiji, and then you do the same exact thing in those groups. You click the join button. You say, hey, if your passion is going to Fiji, maybe you've been there before, maybe you want to go back, send me a friend request. I'd love to talk to you about what's going on. And right there, all of those people who send you a friend request, you can now introduce your product right there to them. You can talk about travel. You can talk about what's going on. Um, and I'd say that's kind of the big drop here. That's kind of the big change. This is kind of what I switched back to my screen because I want to kind of roundtable with you, Jeff, but I also want to kind of talk to the Paycation affiliates and the people who are trying to make a name for themselves in the travel industry about what to do right that today's travel agents are doing wrong. Um, you heard me say a little bit earlier that a travel agent is probably the happiest salesman on earth. They'll call and they'll talk to your boss for you so that you can take that vacation because you're getting your passion, you're going to become a repeat buyer, and they're getting a big paycheck because you're spending the big bucks in travel. But there's two things that most travel agents aren't doing right that if you want to leverage the internet will turn you into a monster recruiter for the travel industry. And here's what I think the two are, and Jeff, feel free to chime in at any time. The number one thing that you need to do is share your lifestyle. Guys, obviously, maybe as a travel agent, you don't get out much because you're in your office or you're trying to make new deals. But guys, if you're in a business opportunity that's all about travel and you're getting discounts on travel, you're getting paid commissions on the vacations that you take, and you're getting paid commissions on the vacation other people take, plus you're an internet marketer, guys, you're probably, for all intensive purposes, a little bit more time freedom oriented than the next person. So, number one, I'd advise you to go take one of those vacations on your bucket list and turn it into a business expense. Number one, it's a tax write-off because you're now in the travel business. You're now in the entrepreneurial business, so you can write that whole entire trip off. Number two, it becomes very, very, very valuable lifestyle marketing material. You take a picture of yourself on the beach. You take a picture of yourself in front of one of the Vegas buildings or in front of one of the hotels. You take a picture outside of the Grand Canyon. You cut a video from the 16th floor of your hotel suite overlooking the city, and you're teaching a lesson or you're talking about something. What it's doing is, number one, it's building rapport with those travelers out there, the ones who want to get some travel in, the ones who want to go see the world. They're starting to go, Jeff just took an amazing video from the 16th floor in downtown Los Angeles. He's the man. That's where I want to go. I can't believe I can see the Staples Center from here. Like, you start to build that rapport with them. Number two, it shows off that you're living the lifestyle that you claim you can help them aspire to get. You're already out there traveling. You're already seeing the beaches of the world, the big cities of the world, the mountains of the world, the Grand Canyon. You're already getting to be a big part of that, and it's starting to kick in, and it's giving them those endorphins that are like, oh, they're getting the itch. I gotta take that trip. I gotta go see Los Angeles now. I can see all of it from Jeff's window. Like, you're getting excited for that. But then it also just gives you some ground to stand on. For the illustration that Jeff used earlier, where someone's like, and we'll do this on a minute, I'm taking my family somewhere this summer, or oh, I want to take my kids this summer, or blah blah blah, I want to take a vacation this summer. Oh, that's really cool. Where'd you go? Or where do you want to go? I just got back from Los Angeles. I went there for a week. Or I just got back from a conference in Malibu. Or I just got done enjoying a beach vacation on Fiji. Or I just took a week cruise to the Bahamas. And you can insert what you've done so that even if that's not their passion, they can get excited and they can get on the same wavelength and they can start bringing out their passion. Oh, I'd love to see Los Angeles, but really, my number one place that I want to go first is Alaska. Oh, really? Well, here we go. We actually have this nice little Paycation Alaskan vacation for, $1,250. You can take 3 people with you. So you, the kids, and your wife can all go for $1,250. And you, if they say yes to that, you earn that 75% commission, so you probably make like $300 or $400 because it's over 1,000. So guys, you can use some of those ways, and probably the most important part of all of the reason why you want to get out there and start traveling. So number one, obviously, you build the rapport with them. They know that you're living the lifestyle that you want to. But two, you can give some testimonials about your own product, or about your own vacation, or about why you should travel more often, and it can become more content for fishing. It can be more content that you post in groups. It can be more content that you send out in a Facebook message to someone. It can be more content that you write in an email. It can be more content that you cut a video selling Paycation for. It can be more content for a blog post. It can be more content for your YouTube channel. It can be more content as a picture on Instagram telling the story. You're getting more content to help you fish more and help you close more sales if you actually use the product and you get to enjoy your life. So that's my 2 cents. That's what I think is so important for why they should get out there and travel before we talk about how to better close them. What do you think, Jeff?
I agree with everything you're saying, BJ, and I was jotting some notes down as you were talking, but if I were with the Paycation program, and if you were really looking at how you could focus on kind of the other end of the business with the actual travel product, I would look at putting together a Facebook fan page or a Facebook private group that was built around kind of like something called like a bucket list challenge. Something to where you would have a group where people could you could go into all those different groups, and Fiji, Hawaii, Florida, Paris, London, whatever people's dreams are of where they want to go. I would build a fan page or a private group where you put together resources to help people reach the travel of their dreams. And you could fill that with content that can give them ideas on how you can plan the vacation of your dreams but stay within a budget. How can you raise the money to do it? I know one of the ways that I'm a kind of a fan of eBay and Craigslist stuff, and how people can make, turn kind of your own private garage sale into the vacation of your dreams. There would be content that you could post in there, and you could start to build a rapport with those people as they get ready to plan their vacation of their dreams. Oh, by the way, use this link and save save whatever it is you can save with the Paycation product. And I think if you could build that community where people are coming to learn how to have that vacation of their dreams, and oh, by the way, here's a way to save some extra money. I think you could not only be working with people who are getting ready to travel immediately, but you could be working with people who are building kind of that action step or that blueprint to where they're going to be taking their trip. And like you said before, with the resources we're going to talk about today, it's very easy to fish to find them, because with Facebook, with Twitter, with a lot of the other resources, there are people literally standing on top of a mountain telling you, here I am. I'm in Aspen right now getting ready to ski. There are people who are, everybody's letting you know, this is what we want to do. Summer vacation's coming up. We want to do this. You can find those people. Then if you can put in front of them, a sensible conversation that makes them say, I would love to do that and save, I think there's quite the opportunity to run a significant number of people to a person's Paycation link. And like we said before, you start selling $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 vacation packages, that can get to be a significant amount of income every month that folks could have coming in on a regular basis. And like we're going to talk about today, the tools that they can use are available to all of us. We're on them, well, most of us are on them every single day, looking around anyway. Now you can use them as a way to kind of build a substantial business for themselves.
Completely. Oh my goodness, Jeff. Well, you just gave we should charge $9.97 for just that 5 minute what Jeff just said there because that
Well,
was so powerful.
and here's the other thing I would tell you, BJ. I just thought about the exact same things for honeymoons, bachelor and bachelorette parties, 20th anniversary, 25th anniversaries, 40th anniversaries, and for corporate travel.
All
You know,
sorts of things.
those individual topics would be things that you could go out and build a Facebook fan page, or something similar that people could start to use in their marketing efforts for their travel service. Do a honeymoon one, do a bachelorette one, do a, you know, 25th wedding anniversary one, do the bucket list challenge thing. Those little ideas alone, and then like we're going to talk about here after a bit, pairing that with some services so you can consistently see people working on that for you, so you don't have to be there every day clicking, 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 clicking. That can
Complete.
get to be an automated business working in the background, ideally bringing in. I think you could very comfortably say you could make $3,000 or $4,000 every month, almost on autopilot.
Oh, you really could. And I think that as it grows out, we could definitely, with just what you said there and just with the kind of mindset that that brings upon, we could reach that 5 figure per month and 90-day goal. And I think the numbers would be pretty simple. You created a Facebook group that was all about the bucket list challenge. I like that because that also instills residual right there. Because if someone's got a list of 10 vacation spots, they're not going to stop messing with you until all 10 are done, if that's the mojo. If you just made it oh, what's your passion, and let's tap into that passion, you might get them one time. But if you made it a bucket list of like, where's that those places you have to go before you die, join this group, let's talk about them, let's show it, experience it with the people who are going to them. When it's your turn, you get to go there and share that. And that makes whoever it is, Susie from Wisconsin, who's got Greece and Aspen and Rome and Fiji all on her list, gonna stay there and scratch them off one at a time. One, because she's got a community of people that are waiting to hear how Fiji was, so she's excited to go and then tell the story. But two, it also kind of brings you in a residual that constantly stays there. But even cooler than that, as you build it out, like Jeff just said, we can find the fish very easy. It's easy to fish. If you take each one of the spots in Paycation, that's a whole new list there. You could get a whole group of Fiji people, a whole group of Aspen people, a whole group of Rome people. You could easily build a group of a couple of thousand people very quickly. And even if you could get from those thousands of people 3 people a week taking just a $2,000 vacation, which is very, very slim, bottom of the bin. As I told you, when I went to Vegas for 5 people, guys, plus, I mean, the cool stuff that we did, it cost $20,000 for that vacation. So that's 10% of what I spent on the vacation. So if you could find 3 people to spend 10% of what I spent on my vacation, and I usually spend a vacation like that like once a month or so, if you could find 3 people to do that a week, you're making $1,200 a week. $400 off of each one of those people, which 1,200 is 24, which is 48. You're making $4,800 right off the bat. Guys, you could turn around and you could double that. You get to 6 people a week within 90 days, and you're not even at a vacationer a day. Or you could up the price. You get a 10,000 one, you're making $2,000 in that week in just one person, and that's not even half of. That's still only half of what I spent on the vacation. But you could find and realistically get those people coming in, and you could start earning. Off of 6 people a week, you're making 2,400 a week, which is 4,800 every 2 weeks, which is 9,400 a month. So that's still over. It's not quite the 5 figure mark, but it's still over a 6 figure yearly income that you're building. And what Jeff just talked about, which is what's even cooler, is this is what our service was made for, Jeff. I realize that the make money online niche and the health and wellness niche, like, they will appreciate this service, but no one under God's green earth will appreciate an autopilot profit style business more than someone who's in the travel industry. Because if I was just selling health and wellness and I was selling shakes, yeah, I'm going to be grateful that I don't have to go out and I don't have to pitch my shake over and over and over again to my clients anymore. But at the end of the day, that just gives me more free time to sip my shake and get in great shape. If I'm in the travel industry and I'm getting discount on my own travel, plus a commission on my own travel, plus I'm getting paid every time I bring somebody in to buy a vacation, when that's put on autopilot, because of what we're about to give them, what we're about to share with them, that frees me up to spend more time taking a vacation and traveling. It frees me up to spend more time abroad on the beaches of the world, or in the cities of the world, or on the ski lodges of the world. Like, it gives you as a travel mindseted person, because that's the only people who get into the travel industry, at least online anyway, it gives you more free time to follow your passion and actually go out there and travel. So as we break into this social media outsourcing out there, for all of you listening to what Jeff and I have just taught you on a blueprint for the last hour, we taught you how to get from 0 to almost 5 figures a month. You just need one more sale and you're at 5 figures a month.
That's just the one side of the business, BJ. That's really kind of the extra that I think from the study of the Paycation, that side is sort of neglected as people come in to understand what Paycation is. You know, how do you build the travel side? You know, as you look at the website, and I'm looking at it right now, there's some mention, but there's not a lot of specific talk as to how you could really build that side of the business to a tremendous amount of income.
Right. I like that. So, guys, as you're out there and you're diving through the compensation plan, you get this kind of training from us that kind of gives you like the secret weapon to where you can almost build 5 figures a month in income just from selling the physical product itself, leaving alone the way that Paycation actually shows you. So with this, I like that assist, Jeff. That's nice. That brings us back up to spirit. We help you, for all intensive purposes, get way over 5 figures a month, because this is the lower stream of income. And if you know anything about the old school binaries or things like that, they always talk about your strong leg and how to really build that out and get it strong, and then the weak leg will be compensated. It'll grow over time, it'll catch back up, and you'll hit your rankings. We just showed you how to blow out your weak-sided leg, for all intensive purposes, of this Paycation compensation plan. We just showed you how to make a whole bunch of money from the travel side, and that's exactly where we want you to be. But what if we could take it up a notch? Well, there is no what if. We're about to take it up a notch. We're about to show you this whole blueprint that we just mapped out for you, that we didn't even include Twitter. Like, we're going to talk about Twitter here in just a second, because that's just ridiculous. But what if this whole entire blueprint could be put 100% onto autopilot, and you wouldn't have to be sitting in front of your computer and having conversations with people, or closing sales, or going fishing yourself? What if all of that was handled for you? What if someone would come in, go join those Facebook groups, go post in those Facebook groups. When a friend request would come in, would send them a message, have a conversation with them, and then send them from that message to go check out your Paycation video /buy button. If that's your lifestyle, if that's a business model you would want, if you would want to reach 5 figures a month on autopilot in the vacation realm, then that's exactly what we're offering here today. Because this whole entire series, yes, it has a very important theme to it. We're teaching different business models, and we're using different business opportunities as those illustrations. But the most important thing that we're doing is we're introducing the world to a better business model. And the better business model is a CEO kind of autopilot profits lifestyle, to where all of the menial tasks, all the minute details, and all the income-producing activities from your business are mapped out by us. So we cleared the air. We talked about Paycation, the good, the bad, the ugly. We talked about how to make money in it. And now everything that you've just been put onto, everything that you've just been shown, everything that just made your mind go, wow, I really need to start implementing this in my Paycation business, actually gets done for you on autopilot by a social media outsourcer. Guys, we already stated this once. Neither of us, Jeff, you're not in Paycation, are you? I'm not in
No,
Paycation.
no, I'm not. I'm not.
Okay, neither of us are in Paycation, guys. So that gives you two extraordinarily important reasons why you should listen to us. I know you're scratching your head. Wait, y'all aren't in Paycation. Why should we listen to you? Number one, we're not in Paycation, so we're 100% not biased. We're not going to withhold what's working for our team and hold it over here in secret and then just tell you guys what we think you should be doing to distract you from the golden egg, like so many leaders out there do in all other industries. Period. Truth. But the second reason why it's very important you should listen to us is because we're not going to give you any fluff or any BS. We sat here and mapped out for the last hour of our personal time a business model that had nothing to do with either of us. Okay, we didn't map out a 5-figure-a-month income plan so that we can all of a sudden go, haha, we're in Paycation, come join us. We didn't do that. We don't care to be in Paycation. We found out a long time ago that it makes more sense and it makes more money to help people with a passion turn their passion into profit than it does to try to turn their passion into a profit for you. Okay? So instead of us trying to go out and be the best travel salesman of all time, we create the blueprint so that you can be the greatest travel salesman of all time. And then we also give you the tools to take that business that you're already running. Remember, we didn't convince you to join Paycation, then buy the service from us. You're already in Paycation, so you already said, I'm in it to be serious about the travel industry. We're giving you the greatest tool, we believe, the greatest tool to help you in any of these series, but especially in this one as a travel agent, turn around and make money in the travel industry and put that income stream on autopilot so that you can sip margaritas on a beach somewhere that you get paid a commission off of and you got a discount on from Paycation. Two, while your business builds on autopilot. And that's exactly what we're offering here, because our service, what we're so excited about, what we're so pumped about, is exactly that. It's social media outsourcing. Guys, you get to literally have a social media outsourcer come in, take over all of your responsibilities. Just like I said, they will generate the leads for you by going fishing. They will type in the Twitter keywords. I know we didn't talk about Twitter on this one. We will dabble in just for a second, but we'll talk. They will find your Twitter keywords and they will tweet to all of those people. They will. Any friend requests that come in from the posting in the groups, they will follow up with them using either a script that's been created or just a casual conversation based off of maybe wherever they want to, the prospect wants to go in the travel world. And then they will even do the sales closing for you by sending your prospect to watch a video that builds a rapport with them, introduces their passion or their problem to them, and then solves that problem or gives them a solution to turn their passion into a reality. And they will buy right there. And the best part is all of that happens while you cheers with me and Jeff, and we all sit back and relax. Because that's happening on autopilot. Jeff, I'm pumped. I think that this...
Well, you know, it's like we talked about when we started, you know, as we kind of plan today. This product and service is very, very well suited for social media. Like you pulled up your Facebook page and there was 3 or 4 people there with pictures of themselves on vacations. You know, people announce what they want to do, where they want to go, and it's not hard to find them. The issue, as it is with any business, and this is the part that I hope the folks who are listening really kind of tune into here when I mention this. But you know, the key for your business to be successful and to build the income you want. And you know what that number is. You know, it might be 1,000 a week, it might be 10,000 a month, it might be more. You know, whatever your wish is, and whatever you want your income to be, what that's going to require is you applying consistent, constant effort. And in the travel industry, and you know, we did one of these last week for a company that had some discount offers. Um, Anything where you can help people save money or you can help them fulfill a dream or a wish, social media is the perfect outlet to build a relationship, build and display value in people's lives, and then ask them to be part of what you offer. You know, if you can help people save money, or like we talk about here, take the trip of their dreams, you have got an offer that is perfectly suited for social media. You know, we did another one of these a couple weeks ago, and it was for more of your just traditional make money online type of companies with kind of a info product and some stuff, and it's got a fit, but this is really dialed in almost perfectly for social media. You know, helping people be able to say they went to Hawaii or to Paris or to London, or to, you know, have that group where it truly is them fulfilling their bucket list things and providing them simple resources. You know, if you had a social media person, outsourcer, who was out there making connections and having conversations and doing the really the manual labor that has to be done for social media to be effective, if you had that outsourcer doing that part for your business, and you could focus on creating good content, you know, you could create or find a good PDF that teaches people how to plan the perfect vacation. You could find articles that you could give to them that they could read about Fiji, about Hawaii. You could find you know, you can probably Google and find the top 25 destinations in the world, and then you could start to build content teaching people how to go to those top 25 or top 10, or whatever. You know, there would be things where you could really focus your time on the content, the value that you give to your audience, and the folks behind the scenes, the outsourcers, can be doing the manual work. They can be clicking the buttons that you don't need to be sitting there doing. And if you're really truly a business owner, and you truly want to make good money doing this, you spend your time clicking buttons. If you're clicking buttons, you're not going to make as much money as you would like, because you're spending too much time on things that can be hired affordably, as opposed to really focusing on the things that make money. And in this day and age, with the change in really the atmosphere of advertising, people want things to come to them through social media. That's where they get their news. That's where they get their advice. That's where they go out and search and seek for information. You know, if I go to look for a topic, if I've got a question, I don't Google it anymore. I go to YouTube. I go to Twitter. You go to those resources to find answers. You go to the social media sites. And that's why I think as people start looking, especially for home-based businesses, I think that's where you've got to evolve. And you've got to understand that basically it's a very, very, very simple formula. You know, that formula is you've got to find a market that you can serve. You know, with the travel industry, that market is pretty simple to find. You've got to find a way to make a connection with them, which is the clicking the button part. That's the manual labor part of it. And then you've got to provide valuable, resourceful, useful content. Well, that's not very hard to do. You know, you can go on to Google, you can go on to YouTube, you go on to places and find articles, you can find content. You can, you know, eventually, as we continue to do this series, for folks who start to use this outsourcing, you know, one of the things we're going to probably need to jot this down, BJ, but we probably need to teach people how to find and create good content, and what really is good content and what is garbage, you know. But finding good content is not difficult. It's all over the place, and people share their good content with you all the time, and they want you to share it with the people that you want to share it with. That's all part of the social media sharing process. So as you start thinking about your Paycation business, I really want to encourage you and let you know you've got a great product. You've got a great program. Really consider focusing on that second side of the business, that product side, because you can do some amazing things with that to build yourself a very high 4 or 5 figure income every month, helping people take the trips of their dreams. And like BJ mentioned, there's very simple, incredible services that can help you do that, and you can focus on the things that really matter, which is content and value and making dreams come true for people. Clicking buttons is not the answer for that. That does not make people's dreams come true. You providing good content, you providing things that really help people, is what's going to help you build that side of the business.
I agree 100%. And guys, what Jeff just said is so spot on, especially for you watching this, because like he just said, we did one of these 2 weeks ago for a make money online opportunity that, for all intents and purposes, is full of a whole bunch of people who are looking for freedom themselves. But I truly believe that you would not be in the travel industry if you didn't kind of already have a CEO mindset, the type that wanted to take a vacation a month or a vacation every quarter, or be out as often as they can possibly be out. And the other part of the CEO lifestyle is you don't want to go to Fiji, go to Malibu, go to Aspen, go see the Grand Canyon, and the whole entire time you're there, you're like this because you're making money to make sure that the money comes back in for the money that you just spent on travel or for that next one. And you don't even get to see any of the pictures. You don't even get to see any of the beautiful places that you went except for through the screen on your camera, because you're taking picture and then working and you're constantly there. Guys, if you are in this travel industry and you're all about this, you want this autopilot lifestyle, because for just $10 a day, somebody's going to handle this part for you, so that when you're at the Grand Canyon or when you're at Malibu or when you're in Fiji, you can look like this instead of like this. And guys, yeah, you heard me right, $10 a day. We're actually making this social media outsourcing super affordable for anyone, because it changed my world. It was the big aha moment that let me know that social media outsourcing levels the playing field for all of the people on the internet. Doesn't matter if you're a 10-year vet who thinks you know everything and you have an amazing following already, or this is day one, Paycation is your first business opportunity and you've never even heard of the word guru. Guys, this makes all of the playing field even, because your mapped out blueprint that we just mapped out the numbers to $9,800 a month is already mapped out for you. It's in this video. So you could either completely continue to watch this video over and over and over again and then go apply it in yourself and do the manual work kind of labor that Jeff was talking about, or you can spend $375 with us. You can click that link below and you can have an outsourcer that actually takes your links and is set up in your accounts and goes and does this for you, and goes and creates leads and closes sales and brings you an income. And you know what's really even coolest is, we talk about the 5-figure a month income and how that's kind of the goal of this whole entire training and of this outsourcing. But the truth is, if you had an outsourcer who went and booked just $2,000 vacation for one client the entire month, that will earn you a $400 commission check. So you'll have made positive $25 your first month off of your social media outsourcer going and running that for you. And every month after that, if they did it again, you make a positive $150, because it's only $250 a month, or $10 a day, for the social media outsourcer to run Monday through Friday in your business and generate the leads and close sales for you guys. So we talk about this 3 a week, 6 a week one a day kind of formula. But realistically, to make profit, it's just a one a month formula. And you could have a complete autopilot profit stream coming in from your outsourcer building out and being paid for. And the coolest thing is, that's just one income stream. Jeff, if they know anything about us by now, they know that this is where great marketers would stop. We'd say, oh, this is our service. Buy the service, pay the $375 and the $250 a month, and we'll put your business on autopilot. But if you know anything about, I gotta say, my buddy Jeff, because this series would not even have the two of us on it and running and teaching you guys this and then introducing this to you if he didn't say, hey, this coaching that you're putting through, this service that you have is not only excellent for the business leaders in your life, BJ, but what if we opened this up for everybody? What if we made this something that everybody could literally have the equal playing field on? But what if we also took the little bit of wiggle room that we have and made this service commissionable? Guys, that's right. That's exactly what we're talking about here. Is most marketers would have stopped right there, let you pay the service, and would have collected a nice fee every single month over and over and over again and just padded their own pockets, while you were the happiest customers on earth because you were just that, customers of a service that was doing everything for you. But we're going to turn you from customer to business builder, because on top of this being a service, we've made this a multiple stream of income kind of opportunity for you, where you can turn around and immediately on becoming a customer, you also become an affiliate for our social media outsourcing service. And when your outsourcer goes out there and creates travel relationships, they're also out there making business relationships so that you can find other people in Paycation, other people in the 6 other programs that we talk about, other people in the make money online niche, other people on the internet with a passion that they're trying to turn into a profit, period. And your outsourcer is going to introduce social media outsourcing and what we can do with our service to them. And when they do that, we've set you up to where you can earn a commission up front and build a real-term residual income. Because of that $375, when someone buys through you, whether you referred them yourself personally or your outsourcer did all the work and did it for you, you earn $100 up front, and you make $50 per month per sale for as long as they use the social media outsourcing service. And I would kind of say that they'd never quit, because, Jeff, if you were basically put into a 5-figure kind of income situation because an outsourcer was running your business for you and you got to sip tea on a beach somewhere all day, all you had to pay was $250 a month. How often would you pay that $250 a month?
Every single month, and probably the first bill I paid each month, just to make sure.
Guys, that's the type of scenario that we're talking about here, because yes, travel is great and travel is your passion, and that's what we just taught you how to take to 5 figures a month. But what if, or 5 figures a month, what if we turn around and also taught you and introduced you to an income stream that would never go away? Because for all intents and purposes, this may sound kind of diabolical, but we've created a new quota, a new mindset in this industry with this series, with this truth. Because the truth of the matter is, no matter who you look up to in this industry, no 6, 7, or 8-figure earner is in this industry doing it 100% off their own skin and bones. Not even the great Gary Vaynerchuk or Cedric Harris doesn't have someone doing something for them to make their life easier and make them more money. So guys, no matter who it is you look up to, you can go ask that mentor, hey, are you doing 100% of the effort yourself, or do you have something outsourced? And they're going to tell you, yeah, I have this outsourced, I have that outsourced. They don't do that to keep that secret from you. They just haven't figured out, until they've seen this presentation, how to turn around and turn outsourcing into something they can give to their team without their team going, well, what do I teach my outsourcer and what do I have them do? We taught your outsourcer. We have them doing what we just showed you on this video. And that's what's going to create you a profit. And now you can turn around, tap into that, but you can turn around and sell that as well. And what's going to happen is exactly what Jeff said. We're for all intents and purposes putting what we call golden handcuffs on people. We're making them more money than they're spending with us within 90 days. We're making them 5 figures within 90 days, but especially more than they spend with us in 90 days. And when you even make $1 profit or $10 profit or 1 penny profit, why on God's green earth would you stop paying whatever bill is earning you a profit? You wouldn't. Therefore, that's a real residual income that never, ever, ever goes away. So if you built 5 of them, if you referred 5 people, not only would you make $500 in straight commissions this month, but you would also get the $250 a month in residual monthly income coming in, which means your outsourcer is forever paid for. So now let me re-ask the question to you, Jeff, because this is even more important. If you were put into a 5-figure a month situation for $250 a month, but your $250 was also being handled for you every single month, how many months would you go before you canceled that subscription?
I would be adding probably 5 or 6 more of the outsourcers, quite honestly. I would never cancel it, number one. And number two, I'd be looking, how could I get more of them going? And you were talking about how a lot of the top leaders in the industry, they have used outsourcers for quite some time, and they use them for a multitude of tasks, but the majority of what they use their outsourcers for is for their marketing efforts. And I know one of the top earners in a fairly well-known company, and she uses outsourcers, and her outsourcing service is over $4,000 a month, is what it costs her. Now she's making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, but her outsourced service is $4,000 a month. She spends almost $50,000 a year just on outsourced stuff. And I guess that's why, BJ, when you first introduced social media outsourcing to me, I thought I had heard you wrong when you said it was $250 a month, because I figured it was going to be $250 a week at least, something like that. But I guess the part, and this again, I hope people will kind of switch on their business owner side of their mind and listening right now. For $10 a day, basically lunch at Qdoba, for $10 a day, you've got someone working on your business for you behind the scenes, running a track or running a blueprint of proven systems and methods. Proven keyword stuff, proven conversation, proven conversion techniques. They are using a proven blueprint to successfully expand and grow your business for you. And like you mentioned earlier, BJ, that would give people the choice. They can either kind of take the CEO road, where they just sit back and just let everything happen, or they can do, and this is what I would really encourage their mindset to be a real business owner. Let those outsourcers do the clicking. Let them do the kind of manual labor part. You kick into the mindset of a business owner and start thinking, how can I bring more value? What can I do better for these people? And even to the point of, once you get an established relationship with those people, you could start doing every 60 days or 90 days, you could do a survey. You could ask them, what do you want? You say you want to take a trip. Okay, what do you want? What could help us help you? And they'll tell you. With this social media relationships that you can build, if you got a fan page with 1,000 people on there and you asked them, what could we do to help you? You're going to probably find you might find $100,000 in product that they would tell you that they want, that you can go develop and offer to them. And again, I'm not trying to take us down a different road here, but the social media outsourcing, the key for your business to be able to have that be significant is going to be having that work being done every single day, and have that percolate and grow and blossom and start to expand. And it's going to take 90 to 100, it's going to take 3 or 4 months. But At the end of 3 or 4 months, you'll be amazed at how big your social media presence is, and how you've got that relationship with the group, and then how you can start to leverage that relationship for additional offers or for additional products or for additional services that can help those people. But you'll never have that leverage if you don't get the social media presence built. And I really think that's the part that, for the folks who really understand and truly have a business mindset, if you're spending $375 up front to get yourself set up and to get your first month done, because obviously there's more cost in getting that first round done and set up and getting all your infrastructure built behind you, then for $250 a month for, let's say, the next 3 months. So you would be out a little over $1,000 over 4 months period of time. But at the end of 4 months, you might have a Facebook fan page with 1,000 members. You might have a Twitter account with 3,000 to 5,000 followers, and you would have a relationship with that group that you could go to and ask them, "What could I do to help you?" And they come back and say, "Well, golly, we would really love to have this." And this being that we want, more ideas on how we can travel more. So you could go find a product that would teach them how to have more travel, and if you sold 100 of those and made $20 off that, you just made $2,000. Not to mention all the other stuff that you're doing along with your Paycation opportunity, but you could be bundling along relationships, and it's sort of kind of the new school way of building a list. It used to be to build the email list and then you market through the email list. Well, I've gotten to the point where I've got emails I don't even check anymore because I'm so sick of email. But I go to my Facebook page, I go to my Twitter, the people I follow. I follow about probably a dozen people. Everything they put out, I read. There's hundreds of people they put stuff out I don't read because it really doesn't tie deep into one of my interests. But if one of my interests really was, how do I travel to Fiji, if there was a person that was out there saying, "Hey, here's how you do it," I would probably click on that every single day. And if he or she put something out saying, "Hey, Jeff, here's how to get to Fiji, but you know what, to learn it, you're going to have to pay $29, I would probably pay it if I really, really wanted it. Not to mention the fact that you can still be promoting your Paycation. And, I think for a person who's really got a mindset as a business owner, you will understand how committing to this, to your social media outsourcing, how it's going to be an integral part in your success, and how you can really leverage after 3, 4, even 6 months of this social media work being done for you, how you can leverage that into big money every single month, helping people in your chosen niche.
That was so spot on. Like there's like not. It's like, oh my goodness. It's like I should sit here and take notes from you in this one. You really were super on point with this guy. Like, it just blows my mind to think that there's no better combination between social media outsourcing and an industry like travel, because, like Jeff just said, you can put yourself in the business mindset of, let me project the next 90 to 120 days onto my business. And what's going to happen is you're going to develop a huge warm market of people who are passionate about travel and passionate about how to get places and are constantly, if you're into travel, you're always in the back of your mind, whether it's the very first thought in your head or the last thought in your mind, you're looking for new places that are kind of similar to the ones that you're in love with wanting to go, so you can add them to your list. So if you've created this following where you have a Twitter that's constantly putting out content about the coolest places, you have a Facebook group that's constantly putting out content about the newest places, the coolest places, and everybody who's been traveling through you, if you're catching testimonials or you're sharing their pictures or their videos from their trips along the way, and you're saying, "Hey, I helped Susie from Wisconsin get to her dream place in Maldives, and look, this is her on the beach, blah, blah, blah," you're sparking people's information. You're sparking people's passion to take their own trip. you're building your business. It's like a snowball effect. You're throwing it down the mountain. Now, Harry, who's watched it grow for a month, and all of a sudden sees how amazingly happy Susie was with her trip, goes, I gotta go get me this little $29 course, and I gotta go get me this first round of vacation, and boom, you've made another sale. And then you take that, you take a picture of Harry, or you tell Harry's story, and you say, look at Harry on his vacation. And you never run out of content. It's always fresh, it's always passionate, and your warm market buys quickly after that first snowball breaks. After the first one comes in and goes, oh yeah, I'm going to give this a try, and puts up a picture or a video or something and gives you a testimonial, then everybody and their brother comes banging down your door when you share that and you talk about it, because you've built consistency. You're on a beach somewhere. You don't really even have to be working that hard because the outsourcer is doing it for you. And now other people are giving good reviews about your product and service. Plus, it's everyone's passion. So that itch has now turned into a full-blown, I have to have an addiction. And they start piling in sale after sale after sale. And now you've realized that this is the best investment you've made in your business, because all of this is being handled for you. You're seeing your business grow. You're seeing your customers happy. You're seeing your warm market build every single day. And you're starting to realize that, wow, I can make a lot of money and am making a lot of money in this industry the way that I want to make this money, which is on autopilot. So, guys, I'm pumped. I'm excited. Jeff, you got anything to close with, buddy?
I do not. I do not. I am very excited for what this could do for folks on their with their Paycation stuff, BJ. You know, like I said, this is our third one. You know, the first one I was kind of like, you know, and not taking anything away from that. Okay, I don't want to come off, but I could see it fit for that first, but it just wasn't as fitting as well as like a key in a lock. You know, this really fits well. And like I said, when you really start thinking about how, if a person committed to 4 to 6 months of really building their social media presence for their business, irregardless of what they really niche into specifically, they may not know for sure right now, but if you committed to 4 to 6 months of building your social media presence, building your connection with that group, and really getting that solid foundation built into your business, I have no doubt that that's going to be a 5-figure per month business, and it's going to be something that you really enjoy because it's tied into a passion. It's tied into something that people really enjoy. And like you said, who pisses and moans about having to go on a vacation? You know, I mean, those things fit together so well, and I'm really happy that this mixes together so well. This is really cool, and I hope for the folks who get to hear this message, I really wish the best for you, and I hope you can see how this could really help you build a great business. And I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Guys, that's why we do this. That's why we're here. So obviously, this leaves you with two. This leaves you with two options, because we can lead the horse to the water, but we can't make them drink. You can watch this video over and over and over again, because we built you out a real 5-figure blueprint. If you want to just roll up your sleeves and do it yourself, you know. But for $10 a day, for $375 off bat, for a smart decision, I would say click the link below and let us, as you see, we're kind of the pros at building out these plans. Let us handle the plan that we created for you in your business and give you the CEO kind of lifestyle to where you can start living the life of your dreams, selling the product of everyone's dreams, and really making your passion into profit. So I'm pumped. Thank you for joining us with this. It's $375 for the social media outsourcing, $250 a month after that. Gives you the additional income stream as well. We're excited. We're pumped that you watch this. We hope you take great value from this training, and we hope to see you in our outsourcing service. So click the link below. Get started with us today. We'll see you on the next one of this series, and as always, we'll see you at the bank. Take care.